It is time for some Friday afternoon action here in Chicago at Oak Street Beach. This is the 2022 AVP Tour, the final Gold Series event on this season. All fighting and jockeying for a position into the Phoenix Championships come September 23rd and 24th. It's going to be a good one. We've got another men's match just about to get underway. Cameron Irwin alongside Olympic gold medalist Dane Blanton, and it's the Giant Slayers out on the sand because they took down Andy Benish as well as his partner Miles Evans. That's Evan, Cory, and Dave Palm. A three-set battle that went their direction.
Yeah, that was pretty crazy. Cory and Palm will have their work cut out for them in this one. A team that is absolutely on fire, the #2 seed in this tournament, but more importantly, the winners of last Gold Series event. That was a week ago in Manhattan Beach. Tri and Trevor are on absolute fire.
They are. That's, of course, Bourne and Trevor Crabb, the duo, one of the many that is now on the AVP Tour that has some experience from previous seasons. We're starting to see a lot of different shakeups, but those two have had a ton of experience and a ton of wins as of recent. Let's send it on down to Mark Sherman to get you introduced to all four of our athletes. Take it away, Mark.
Yes, here in our penultimate match of the day, time to send another team to the final round of the winner's bracket. Looking to go undefeated into Saturday, and this first guy, a fun new player on the AVP. Well, new-ish. He's playing his first full season on the AVP out of Metairie, Louisiana. A phenomenal athlete, a real good guy, and a fun player to watch. Give it up for Evan Cory. And his partner out of Hialeah, Florida, the guy with the headphones. Talk about fun to watch. This guy is real good as well. Ladies and gentlemen, let me hear it loud and proud for Mr. Dave Palm. And their opponents, when these two are locked in, they are so good. They're such a good team. They are locked in together. It's like they're communicating, but they're not communicating. They throw those digs way up high. It is real hard to get a ball down against the two boys out of Honolulu, Hawaii. This guy's a 5-time winner on the AVP Tour out of Long Beach State. It's Trevor Crabb. And his partner, also out of Honolulu, out of USC, a 7-time winner on the AVP. He was born on the beach. He is Bourne.
All right, let's take a look at Bourne and Trevor Crabb, the winners from Manhattan Beach for the last 2 years. You can see what they've done this season. Cameron Irwin alongside Dane Blanton, the 3rd in Austin, 7th in Hermosa Beach. Then they picked up their first title in 2022 in Fort Lauderdale, a 9th in Atlanta, but then they went on to win Manhattan Beach again. They are already into that top 4, into Phoenix. Now just looking to improve upon their seeds, and
Trevor with the ace.
Trevor gets the ace, and he just kind of like tosses his hands up. Like, I guess that works. That'll do.
Sometimes those little miss hits, I think he was going for the middle. The ball had all sorts of action on it, and you'll take it when you can get it. Sometimes the miss hits are the best hits.
Yeah, because you can't read them as a defender. Of course, on the other side, there's a look at the man with the blue hat and the blue nose, because he's constantly wearing that sunscreen. That's kind of his trademark. Evan Cory, the lefty, out of Louisiana, now living in the South Bay. His partner out of Florida, of course, Dave Palm. Rocking the Karate Kid hair tie, headband, whatever you want to call it. There's another good serve. This time it's from Bourne. Dave Palm went in down by the middle.
Evan Cory really never really gave up on that and put the set in a perfect spot. Take a look at this. This is trouble from the start, a rip down the line, but Cory puts that ball in a hittable position. There's no one at the net. Palm knows exactly what to do. That was a nice trouble play. I think from watching the earlier match with Tri and Trevor, they're working on things right now. They're clicking, they're communicating, they have confidence, and nothing's really slowing them down. And it's fun to see them play at this level of intensity. They're not concerned with what's going on the other side of the net. They're focusing on their side.
Yeah, the #2 seed of Tri and Trevor took down Caldwell and Ratledge, the #15 seed in their first round, 21-13, 21-14. Now look to head to the quarterfinals. They would have to have a victory here to do so. Bourne nearly losing his footing there on that swing. I mentioned Evan Cory now on the side switch, product of Louisiana. Found volleyball, get this, by attending the beer leagues on Friday night at the old Coconut Beach, not the new Coconut Beach, but the old Coconut Beach where his mom was playing Friday Night Lights. He said it took years for him to get on the sand. And then all of a sudden, somebody needed a sub, and then they wouldn't let him get off the court. And he's known for that, the incredible vertical.
Smart play right there by Cory. Noticed Tri was releasing into that cross court, and he just placed it the opposite direction. Sometimes it's just a waiting game to see who moves first. Solid touch by Cory.
You see the numbers for Palm today versus Benish and Evans, 24 kills, 5 blocks, 4 control blocks as well. Pulling out the pause, and again, pretty much the same shot from Evan Cory.
That was solid right there. Palm controlled that and dictated where that hit went. He guided it to his partner on defense, and then they converted just to perfection right there. The set was just butter, perfect, and Cory knew what to do with it.
Got to figure out a little bit of a scouting report on these two. Do Tri and Trevor as he snaps that to the line.
So accurate right there.
So accurate.
Trevor, going down that line, it's so easy to err 1 or 2 feet wide, and he hits it right on the spot. And that's how their day has gone. They've come in very focused, and they're playing at a really high level.
Ooh, geez Louise, that's up there.
I'll tell you what, Dave, Palm has some serious serious hands. Evan Cory, look at that jump, 30.3. I think that's the highest I've seen recorded on the Connexon sensors. Wow. Good thing you caught that. That was off the charts.
And that is the highest, according to our wonderful producer, Ange. The day thus far, 30.3. Can you imagine on the hard court? That's insane he's doing that. Ace, the second we've seen up the middle. And a little bit of destruction of our stadium court here. Tri, be kind. Taking off the pads of our video boards. Wind definitely picking up. And at the back of Tri Bourne on that serve.
Yeah, as the players switch sides, the side that Tri and Trevor are going on to, I would consider that the good side. We have the wind blowing from right to left on your screen, and you want the wind in your face. The more in your face, the more you can rip it, and it'll end up in bounds. The more at your back, you hit that ball barely, and it goes long. So wind's starting to become a factor here.
Dave Palm with the jump float serve. And wow, that was incredible from Tri Bourne. That could have definitely gone the other direction.
But that's that physicality. That's that athletic ability. Look at this tight set, which would have possibly been a lost point in most situations, but with Tri going up there, he beats the blocker to the punch.
What a shot is correct, says Evan Cory. Beautiful cut from Palm on the left. So often this team of Tri and Trevor has talked about in regards to their physicality. The split blocking duo, Tri, Bourne, and Trevor spend a ton of time working on their strength and conditioning. That's one of his favorite swings right there. The cross-body swing. And it was out of bounds, however, there was a nice touch off the block, and Palm actually acknowledging, yeah, that got me.
What a save, though, by Tri. A one-handed pass goes in the perfect position. And then Tri doesn't even look. I think
he doesn't. He did the Steph Curry.
Yeah, he really did. He turned around, never even looked at the touch or anything, but he knew what was going on.
Cory with the hang time, just kind of waiting to see the defensive take shape.
Evan Cory with a huge vertical leap. And he uses all of that jump with that nice extension, hits the ball at a very high apex. Tough float serve. Look at that set by Tri Bourne. Nothing will deter him. If that ball's spinning or the wind's taking it, he's still breaking out those hands. And it's pretty incredible how easy he's making it look, using that hand set and the ball coming out nice and still, released very quickly.
Nice swing by Palm. He's been shooting it around to this point, but then takes a swing. 10 apiece right now, and you got to be feeling pretty good if you're Cory and Palm to this point. Falling backwards, but still finding the line swing. They tried to change the defense against Trevor Crabb. They're putting the angle block up and the deep down defender towards the line. 11-10 now. While there's plenty of action going on here on a Friday, we've had the first round complete now into the second round. Take a look at one of our first round matches. This is the final one, 14-11. And there is Lee and Reed Pretty. Yes, he is in action. We just faked you out earlier today. We wanted y'all to wonder, where is Reed Pretty? He's right there. Playing against Chase Buttinger and Troy Field. They now have a match ball. So on the near side of your screen, that is Reed Pretty with the black hat, black shirt. His partner, David Lee. So on the right side, far side is Chase Buttinger as well as Troy Field. Troy Field with the serve. Down by 2. No freeze in place. And there it is. Chiseling off the edge. Lee and Pretty are moving on in the winner's bracket. The legendary Reed Pretty.
That is impressive right there. I know earlier people were looking for Reed Pretty. Well, he's here right now, and he's making all sorts of noise.
And they will face Lotman and Partain, of course. You saw it on the bottom of your screen. Just wanting to keep you all up to date. Back on Stadium Court. They go on Evan Cory. And going straight at the block with zero fear is Evan Cory.
I really like what I'm seeing out of Evan Cory right now. And the combination of serving Cory and letting Palm set the ball, I don't know if that's a great combination. Palm, a beautiful setter, and then Cory just soaring out of the sand.
Evan Cory has been playing alongside. There's another ball. 11-all. You like that block?
Palm getting his shoulder look like over the net, being very aggressive. That was a really nice play.
Somewhere Kevin Barnett's shaking his head that I missed the French fry call. And just like that, it's now a 2-point advantage. But Evan Cory had been playing alongside Billy Kolinsky throughout this season. They played in Austin, New Orleans, Muskegon, Denver. Hermosa pretty much all the way through, even in Manhattan Beach. This is their first together in 2022 between him and Dave Palm. His best finish actually came back in a Tour Series event, both in Denver as well as Muskegon, where he finished second alongside Billy Kolinsky. Big block again! That is a monster block.
Dave Palm up and over. And you talk about Evan Cory, him doing his thing. Palm has been doing it as well, winning in Muskegon and in Wapaka with Roberto Rodriguez. And this team is dangerous. Very dangerous when they get going. Both of them, we always talk about athleticism and physicality. This team explodes out of the sand. And some of the blocks that we've seen from Palm and some of the offensive attacks by Cory have been pretty ridiculous. Look at that percentage, 917. That's why they have a 3-point lead. That number right there, that hitting efficiency. If you hit that number, I guarantee you're gonna win.
Yeah, pretty outstanding numbers for Cory and Palm versus Crabb and Bourne. So they're going to slow things down underneath the umbrella right now. Bourne and Trevor Crabb got to find a little something. And I feel like there's always something to be said about the honeymoon phase, right? Like, you've got a team that gets on the sand together. Maybe they've played a handful of practices. But you got to figure out the scouting report and make adjustments. Right now, Trevor trying to do that.
Well, I think they're kind of reevaluating their service pressure, reevaluating their aggressiveness, because I think last match when we saw them play against Caldwell and Ratledge, they were on kind of a cruise control. Everything was going really well. They weren't being pressured too much. Now they're getting the pressure from Palm and Cory.
That's a really nice set. I feel like if Palm drops his hands, that ball's long. It seemed like he was swinging deep. It's going high hands there for Trevor Crabb.
High line.
Oh, jeez, Louise, again, that's the second one I've said.
That was like a practice drill, right? The ball kind of was free balled over the net. They passed perfect, set perfect, and then even a little grunt right there, as you can tell Evan Cory gaining confidence with every swing.
It was the right look for Palm, just couldn't quite execute on the late block into the angle. The 3 called. Or excuse me, the 4 called.
Explain those signals for us.
It's a great question. So the 3 play is you show angle, block, line. 4 call, show line, block, angle. If you have a hard time trying to remember which one is which, just -2 from each of them, and that will tell you what they're blocking, what they ultimately end up blocking. That's my little trick. What?
Yeah, boy!
Oh, yeah, boy, is the call from Bourne.
Bourne feeling it on that one.
This team likes to play with an edge, and right now they need to find it. Sharpen the axe, Bourne, because whew, that's a big block.
It really was a big block, and that was probably a 3. He's showing in that angle, jumped in that line at the last second. And you'll notice the player at the net always giving the signal to the player in the backcourt what they're blocking. Nice set.
Beautiful control.
He sure lifted it just enough for Trevor to get on top.
And they're starting to get chippy out there. Trevor Crabb looking at Evan Cory after this swing. Check the stare down.
Yeah, you know what? That's, you know, Trevor Crabb reminds me of some of the Brazilian players who thrive on tension, who thrive on confrontation. And right now, it's been quiet on the side of Tri and Trevor. That is not their game, being quiet. And then all of a sudden, someone on the other side of the net putting a little pressure on them. Things start to get heated and turned up a little bit right now. And so you're going to see more vocal play, I think, out of Tri and Trevor here at the end of this first set, because that's when they're engaged and playing much better. But give a lot of credit to Cory and Palm, who've turned up the heat.
Yeah, so 15 apiece now with Cory and Palm. There's a look at our VIP section here in Chicago. You can guarantee, because this city loves volleyball, that this place is going to just keep leveling up day in, day out into Championship Sunday. And speaking of champions, here's a look at your 2022 AVP champs. We go all the way back to Austin, Texas. Andy Benish, Phil Dahlhauser. Phil then going on to win alongside Casey Patterson. Then it was Kame and Theo. Then the first for Tri and Trevor, the only two-time winner thus far in 2022. Paul Lottman, Miles Partain, also picking up a win. Their first AVP title, not only together, but also in each of their individual careers. And Atlanta, the first Gold Series stop. Manhattan, our second. Chicago, now our third. 15 all here on Stadium. He does an amazing job pulling the ball back towards the line. You know what I'm talking about? That swing right there.
Well, he has an extraordinary amount of time up
To
in
do
the
that.
air to do it. He kind of pauses at the top.
Where do I want to go now?
Evan Cory, really spectacular athlete.
That's a great set. My goodness. You know, it's so wild to me. You watch these guys set the ball, and it's dimed nearly every single time. What you don't realize is the amount of wind that's going on at the same time and how they account for that on any given contact. It's pretty incredible. You're like, now all in a day's work, all in a day's work.
Right.
For Dane Blanton.
Okay. Oh.
Who, by the way, talk about going back to back. How about Dane Blanton in 2003 and 2004 here in Chicago? You didn't think I looked it up? Come on now.
Find that in the archives.
My guy Dougie Strauss looking it up.
Yeah, I used to love this tournament. I dreamt of winning this tournament, and then to win it twice was pretty amazing. Did that with Jeff Nygaard, and that was a lot of fun. Long time ago.
I should have said that you like slipped me a piece of paper with it on there just to make sure you got a little love. I'm kidding, you would never. You would never bring it up. Just wide.
I'll tell you what, Cameron, this is going to get really interesting really quick.
You're smirking. You're liking this. You're loving it.
I'm sitting up in my chair now. To be honest with you, we've had some lopsided wins on stadium court, and so this could turn into a battle.
Tagging the line, try Bourne.
And that's what we like. We like battles. It's a lot of fun. It's fun. Go ahead.
Oh, I got nothing. Go for it.
No, I was just saying that a lot of matches on paper we get excited about, and then they don't turn out, and then you just never know when you're going to have your battle on your hands. I'm excited.
18 all now. Who will find the final three? On the good side, Dave Palm. And a lovely swing just outside the defense of Tri Bourne. It's one thing to add pace, but if you can maybe take, 10 to 20% off of it and place it just outside the platform, that's going to add some extra kills in there. See the numbers for Palm, 7 total kills now. And that's the second swing where we have seen Trevor Crabb climb the ladder and attack the high hand.
You know what's hard about that? He's coming from the right side, so that ball's blowing back to his left shoulder.
And over the net.
Yeah, and it's very difficult. That's why you see when he lands, he's a little bit off balance. It's so hard.
Yeah, that right side right now on the side of Tri and Trevor is a tough place to be in. High line was the call. He went high angle.
I was going to say before that rally got underway that this would be a huge point, and now they have the 20th point.
Set point for Cory and Palm. Tight ball. Is it? Nope. He got his hand on it, but actually too much of his hand.
Chicago, how do you feel about this
Cory
match?
in the right spot.
Yeah.
That's the ball you got to try to pop up in the air as much as you can. If it ricochets and goes back over the other side, it just has way too much velocity on it.
All must win by 2. And a serving error.
He's going for it, though. That was a couple of inches away from being an ace, possibly.
Well, and you're still in a solid position, right? It's 20 apiece. Side out for the tie. Working his way out with his feet.
Blackjack on the board. We trade blows. We trade side out.
21 all, switching sides.
Evan Cory's in the right spot. He just has to get still and stop so that he can make that play. Hands are in the right position. Take a look at the replay. Right here, ball's ripped. He's got to cut that ball off and push it forward, really own it.
Evan Cory originally had come out on the sand and was a blocker. He switched to full-time defense a few years ago. I believe about 2 years ago. And that's a big point. Bourne and Crabb now with a set point. They're first here in set 1.
How they respond after that point is going to be crucial here on this side out.
They go after middle now. Palm.
Line.
And he bounces it out of stadium. No fear shown into the line swing for Dave Palm.
David Palm looking focused. At the net as a blocker.
Wind gusting in. Slapping it down and a much needed dig. It's tight. And he was looking for the hands. That's about all he could do there. But it is out of bounds. No touch for Bourne and Crabb. You're scratching your head, Dave.
It was a tough play, hard play. But you just got to keep that in somehow.
Another set point, the second for Bourne and Crabb. Nice platform extended from 5 feet off. Is it out of bounds?
And 24-22 is the final
You gotta like the aggressive swing though on the close.
And Trevor Crabb
It's out.
pushed through.
But Bourne and Crabb have 24-22. They just barely escape a first set loss. Instead, Bourne and Crabb 24-22. We'll be back with set number 2.
At Corner Bakery, we're making your choice simple with Choose 2 options every day. Choose 2 of your favorites and turn a simple lunch into a perfectly paired meal. And we're not talking about a few Choose 2 options. Pair up any sandwich or panini, any cafe fresh salad or warm simmering soup, or any pan sauteed pasta. So many kitchen crafted options, so little time. Your perfect Choose 2 combination is waiting at the Corner Bakery.
Dear mainland, aloha. My brother and I hear that most of you only disable your phones when you fly. You call it airplane mode. But maybe you don't have to get on a plane to get away, yeah? Allow my brother to demonstrate. You know what we call this? Kona mode. One life, right? Mahalo.
Longboard Island Lager and Big Wave Golden Ale from Kona Brewing.
Those radio gym shorts that you have from college, they're done. Get them out of here. It's time to upgrade your short game with the one from Fabletics, man.
We love them. Your girlfriend will be stealing these. They're the best.
This fabric fixes another major issue, fit.
It's got this crazy stretch to it that looks so cute when I do my yoga or errands or like literally anything. They're the most comfortable, best feeling luxe-tastic fabric that we have ever worn.
It's the choices we make that define us.
Try and Trevor is coming off a tough, heartbreaking loss.
And ultimately, the enemy is within. Some people want it, some wish for it, but others make it happen.
Try and Trevor, super lethal, bringing fire and passion to the court.
How will you take charge?
The AVP Tour in 2022. This is the Chicago Open, the final Gold Series event. Take a look at your set one stats between Evan Cory, Dave Palm versus Bourne and Trevor Crabb. Cameron Irwin up in the booth alongside Dane Blanton. And we loved it. Just 2 points to finish it out between these two teams. They already went the distance. What do you think for set two?
Well, I look at the hitting percentages. Both teams really clean volleyball, earning points on both sides, not due to a lot of balls being hit out of bounds. And so I really like what I see. The big question, can Evan Cory and Dave Palm keep up the consistency? That is the hardest part. We know what they can do. They can bounce balls over the VIP section. They can set balls perfectly. But can you do it when it really matters? And so that will be the huge question here in the second set.
See if they can continue the good play that we have seen to this point. That's a nice start after the free ball goes out of bounds, but that all started with a tough serve to the sideline of Trevor Crabb. The wrist away serve for the lefty. Now he goes towards the middle. Try from the left. Oh, Dave Palm!
That was nasty.
Did I see a Karate Kid bow after that?
Look at this thing.
This is a huge block right here. The right hand goes up high, brings down the left, stuffs it down. There's the walkthrough.
Back to back, Dave Palm, 2 fingers up is correct.
David Palm on fire up at the net right now, playing with all sorts of confidence, just like they were in the first set. My big question is, could they continue it? And they started really hot here.
Nice touch. Trying to get that. You know your broadcasters are having fun up in the booth when our reactions are genuine. Dane Blanton, the gust of air coming from that gas.
I thought that was going to catch the bottom tape and stay in play. Great dig.
Down the line.
How many different ways can Trevor Crabb hit a ball down the line? That one, just a little bit of a wrist, kind of dropped the elbow. We've seen him slap it down as well. He can take a rip that direction. Doesn't matter. Makes him a great right-sider right there, especially as a right-handed player. You've mentioned, too, the wind direction. That place is not an easy place to play right now on that side of the net. And another bounce. Bye-bye ball yet again from Dave Palm.
Dave Palm crushing the ball every direction.
It's time to take a look at the Wilson Volleyball play of the day. I think there was only one that it could be. Mr. King Kong, David Palm.
One-handed stuff straight down and then...
And that was the Wilson Volleyball play of the day. I know you like the bow afterwards.
I loved it. Wow. The bow is the best part about that play. Karate Kid bandana is amazing.
Mr. Miyagi would be proud.
Nice.
3-6. This is looking pretty similar to set number 1 in terms of Cory and Palm coming out to us. Very hot start. Now working their way back in are Try and Trevor. Gotta be careful. They can get some runs of points on you. Side set.
Is that a too easy call?
It was a too easy call.
Yeah, I wasn't sure.
I just looked at you like, oh, here we go.
It's funny, you sometimes don't want to be saying too easy when you're down a set and you're facing such a fantastic team.
And it's kind of like poking the bear, right? You know they like to play chippy, so
yeah.
Who knows, you know, do what you gotta do.
Yeah, everybody's got a different approach. But I agree with you, Cameron. You don't want to wake the sleeping giant, right? And that is Try and Trevor, who really thrive on being chippy and playing a little bit through the net.
You knew that was going to be a good serve solely based off the toss location. Was well out in front of Try Bourne, perfectly placed.
Another beauty down the line by Try.
Try Bourne.
Try Bourne did it all on that play. Ripped it down the line, then got in the defensive set, dug the ball, and then hit a very extreme angle. Try looking really locked in here.
7-6.
Wow.
I love that serve. Cross court, not a ton of pace on it, but a ton of topspin as well as side spin, trailing to the sideline.
And the thing is that he loves hitting line to line, so you're suckered into covering your line on the left and thinking that he's going to go that direction. It's almost like having a high line shot and a nice cut shot. That last one, that cutty short serve, very difficult to defend against.
Oh no! Beautiful swing, Dave Paul.
Try Bourne has been fully showing the athletic play he is capable of in this matchup, as Evan Cory has also been doing the same. 8-7 now. Scooping up some sand into the face is Evan Cory.
So crafty, siding out on that right side. Trevor Crabb going up that time and completely dropping that ball before the defense.
His nose might look like sandpaper at this point. You think that sand gets stuck to that sunscreen?
No question about it.
Are we gonna get another one? You're looking for it. He just left it hanging up there. That was almost Casey Patterson style, just leaving the gooseneck up top.
We'll follow through, let him know.
Let him know. Option.
Taking advantage of the option right there, and you don't see Try and Trevor doing it that often, and I think that's why it makes it so effective. They pick their spots so well.
7 kills now, 1 block, 1 control block, as well as 3 aces for Try Bourne. Looking for the jumbo.
Oh, wow. Big miss by Try Bourne. You do not see that very often. So if you're Cory and Paul, you got to say to yourself, we got to take advantage of it.
And there's a look at Evan Cory versus Bourne. We talked about both of their physicalities. Look at their jump, though. That's the thing that's crazy to me. One of the highest is Evan Cory at 30.5. But traditionally, even if you saw the 25.9 from Bourne, you would say the same thing. Wow, what a vertical, especially in the sand. From those two. And again, the salute to the ball. 2 fingers to his forehead, then to the sky. Evan Cory sent that one away.
I kind of like the in-between antics between Cory and Palm. We've seen the salute, we've seen the bow. What's next?
Keeping it fun here on Stadium Court. Cory with the scoop and deliver. Who wants some ice cream?
Boy, all 3 of the sides switches.
12-9 means we are in the technical timeout. Let's look at something that was rather decent, shall we say. How about the spike of the day? Let's see if we can get that dialed up. Who do you think it is, Dane? You think it's Cory or Palm?
Cory.
Ooh, who will it be? This is your White Claw Pure Spike of the day. Bye-bye ball, and I think this is the salute. We'll see if Spence can get us the reaction.
There we go.
Nice work, Spence. $13 kills, 450.
I just wish we could see the bow, you know?
I don't know. Maybe they've got something queued up for us in the truck. I feel like Spence is in there yelling at us somewhere. Oh, is this it? Is this the bow? There's the celebration. There's one. And after the Kong, this is the one you loved. And yet another. Dane, this is all for you.
I know, I'm speechless.
Great job by our
Good
Echo
stuff.
Entertainment crew. Phenomenal job.
Oh, that was nice.
Got all those working in the truck. Scotty, our stats guy, perfectly on cue. Spence, and of course Ange as well. I know there's plenty of others, but 11 kills, 0 hitting errors.
Evan Cory serving 2-9.
Trevor's really having a great match so far on the right. Very challenging, some of the sets that he's getting. It's not the set because Tri puts it in the perfect spot. It's the win, the ball moving around. He's made all sorts of adjustments with his feet.
No,
It's been nice.
That's a great call by you. The sets have been beautiful, but the wind will definitely do a number on the ball. He's hitting 577 right now. And he is now yelling or celebrating slightly in the face of Bourne. 13-10.
That was quite a hit. It looked like it went off of Tri's left hand. This is veteran move. Don't just think this is a clean your glass moment right here. This is a veteran move. Slow things down. Tri and Trevor know that things haven't been going their way in the last few points, and that a lot of momentum is on the side of Cory and Palm. They're trying to switch that momentum right now.
We got to switch that efficiency for sure.
Hi, Kaylee.
I think he blocked that with his head facing the back of the court. Double contact called.
14-10.
He just blocked that blind.
I was watching Tri after getting called right here, trying to set it while he's moving right. Big Wave Dave, the head referee, waited a half second to make sure he was clear before he called that double contact, but it was the right call.
What a dig. What a block. Trevor Crabb.
That was a spectacular play by Cory with the one-handed stab, and I think Palm thought he had an open net, but wow, was he wrong with Trevor Crabb waiting.
Fighting the ball off the middle is Palm. Also, again, we talked about Palm's ability to set the ball. That was well done by Evan Cory over his back shoulder, perfect delivery. Wind at his back as well.
Yeah, they both have really sweet hands. They can set the ball wherever they want. What impressed me most about that last play is that Palm's shoulders were facing one direction. He went the opposite direction. Great deception.
Open hand stab, again, pokey set. Interesting, he sets that ball open hands over on 2. A little spin on that ball, but not called.
The overset had a little spin, so kind of had to let the next one go with a little spin. It's a tough call, that double contact, and it puts a lot of pressure on the referees, but it is a judgment call, and I think letting it go that time made sense.
19 kills for Trevor Crabb, 571. Changing the tempo of the set. They at times have been tossing that ball well into the air. That thing had some tempo.
Evan Cory having quite the match so far. Cory played 4 seasons at Lincoln Memorial University. That was in Tennessee.
The heckling is coming too on the side of Cory and Palm. You got Savvy Simo, who's I would say good friends with Evan Cory. She's also of course dating him. She's got her whole crew there celebrating those two. Look at the set 1 to set 2 stats. Team hitting efficiency.
Serious consistency by Cory and Palm. I think they've played really on top of their game. Both sets, really high level. I'll be honest with you, I wasn't sure if they could sustain it on this second one, and now they're in the driver's seat, 4 points away from forcing the third set.
Would be the first 30 setter we've had on Stadium Court today. In terms of other action going on around the AVP, Cloth and Nuss are currently battling against Melissa Humana Paredes and Brandy Wilkerson. That's in the first set of action on court 2. Trevor Crabb with a look and a high snap again. You're looking at a team that is not only the Manhattan Beach champions from the last 2 seasons that it was played at the VO next to the pier, but also they're already going to be in that Phoenix Championships, having clinched top 4 spot, now just looking to better their seed. Lefty. And no way. Right place, right time, right contact. Evan Cory.
Very fortunate to come up with that point right there. Right before that play, I was thinking you can give away 1 point, but not 2 in a row, and it looked like Tri and Trevor were poised to win that point. Fortunately for Cory and Palm, they pulled it off, and now just 2 points away.
Short serve. He didn't decide to do that until he backed up 3 steps.
Yeah, one thing I was going to say about Cory and Palm is they're really not defending the over-on 2 well at all. Tri has had his way every time. It's almost as Palm is like saying, hey, do your thing. I'm going to lock in on the hitter. If you go on 2, then you go on 2. And I think they need to get a body in front of him and at least make Tri think about it.
Yeah, no, without a doubt. Or you can imagine set 3, maybe they have that as a part of the new and improved scouting report for these two facing off against Cory and Palm. Great set. Narrow block, but well done. And again, back-to-back for Crabb. Can he get a third? Tight ball. Straight down. Try Bourne. You gotta like those 50-50 balls.
Yeah, that was a great play. Where was the block, Theo, on defense? Palm's got to work there, and that's maybe due to a little fatigue going on. If you're the blocker, you need to get in front because an open net for Try or Trevor is not going to be stopped. So I think this is a really good timeout for Palm and Cory to think about it. They're still in the driver's seat. Just take a few breaths. This is the pressure situation. This is what takes teams from good to great, performing at the end of a set.
Well, right now they've got to come up with 2 more points to push this to a third. There's a look again at Evan Cory as well as Dave Palm. The other side, Try and Trevor Crabb. Try Bourne and Trevor Crabb, that is. Out on our Court 1 coverage, we have Phil Dahlhauser, Casey Patterson versus the other Crabb. That's Taylor Crabb and Taylor Sander, who picked up set number 1, now in set 2 action. One more match after this to be played here on Stadium Court. 16 total tournaments on the AVP Tour this year, as you see what Try and Trevor have been able to do in this new and expanded schedule. Third or better here at Chicago. Clinches that spot, which they already have done. They're in that top 4. Looking to better that seed September 23rd and 24th for Phoenix.
Yeah, they definitely are the hottest team on tour right now, winning in Fort Lauderdale, then winning last week in Manhattan Beach, the second Gold Series of the year, and now trying to win the final Gold Series here in Chicago, and they're playing on top of their game. But I'll tell you what, they are being pushed right now by Cory and Palm.
Big swing.
18-19.
Make it 18-19.
$20 is huge for Cory and Palm right here.
The dig is up. Trevor with the hustle. And he's got to catch his breath and play D. Again, up and over the top. And he's still looking across the net. Evan Cory's talking to Trevor, who turns his back. He's not gonna listen.
Well, I think Trevor's trying to get his breath back. That was a long sprint to the very back banners to keep that ball alive.
Set point. Cory and Palm.
It was a 4-point lead with 4 to go.
Okay, 19-20. They get the side out.
2-point lead with 2 to go. Now it's a 1-point lead.
And now Try and Trevor quickly call a timeout here.
And Trevor are going to take their
They win the point, call a timeout. What do you think?
19 looking at 20.
Well, they're in a tough situation, right? They're serving the ball, and Cory and Palm just need to receive serve and put it away. And of course, you have the advantage usually when you're receiving serve. So you want to think about it here. It's an interesting timeout. It for sure is, but it's almost trying to ice the side-out team. And so it'll be interesting what kind of serve you come out with, because you're thinking, I need to serve the ball tough, number 1, but I can't miss it either. So it's one of those kind of middle of the road. Or you go in with a mentality of, hey, I'm going to bomb this and try to get an ace.
It's going to be interesting what they come out with in terms of the service pressure, but we mentioned these athletes are all fighting for a spot into Phoenix, and it's time for you to make your Gold Series Chicago Open predictions on Valley Play's AVP Predictor Game and take your shot to win 6 VIP tickets to the championships in Phoenix. So you're going to want to book your ticket. Just scan that QR code, or of course you can go to valleyplay.com/AVP to make your winning predictions. If you get it right, you win a free VIP package to the championships. Get your picks in now. So Try and Trevor, I believe, need a third to clinch a spot in. On the women's side, we've had 2 teams clinch a spot into that top 4. So right now they're sitting in 4th in terms of total seeding, but need a third to clinch. And of course, if you want to dive into those scenarios, because they do get a little convoluted, Mark Sherman, our resident, well, guy on the mic as well as nerd, has got all those online. The URL 20-19, back out for the set. Oh, run down, and the timeout works.
So
Evan Cory didn't take a swing.
Yeah, so see the mentality there, they kind of froze them. They made Cory and Palm think about it. The serve was relatively easy, and they played great defense.
20 all now. Try and Trevor with a shot. And he learned his lesson, swing away.
Yeah, I'm coaching Cory and Palm. I'm saying keep your aggressive behavior, keep going for it. Don't try to be smooth and slick with these finesse shots. You guys are getting up, you're setting each other well. Keep the pressure on.
Second shot at set number 2. Try. And it's out of bounds, no touch. We're going 3.
Today on Stadium Courts, we are going 3.
That was awesome right there. It was like the pressure was on the up-and-comers, the number 10 seed, Cory and Palm, but then they were aggressive, and they put the pressure back on. So we're going to the 3rd set, Cameron, and this is some high-level volleyball.
The first 3-setter on Stadium Court here at the Chicago Open. We can't wait to have you right here back in Stadium.
At Corner Bakery, we're making your choice simple with Choose 2 options every day. Choose 2 of your favorites and turn a simple lunch into a perfectly paired meal. And we're not talking about a few Choose 2 options. Pair up any sandwich or panini, any cafe fresh salad or warm simmering soup, or any pan sauteed pasta. So many kitchen crafted options, so little time. Your perfect Choose 2 combination is waiting at the Corner Bakery.
Dear mainland, aloha. My brother and I hear that most of you only disable your phones when you fly. You call it airplane mode. But maybe you don't have to get on a plane to get away, yeah? Allow my brother to demonstrate. You know what we call this? Kona mode. One life, right? Mahalo.
Longboard Island Lager and Big Wave Golden Ale from Kona Brewing.
We are having an absolute blast here in Chicago. There's a look at Savvy Simo and her crew who are cheering on her boyfriend, Evan Cory, who just picked up the 2nd set alongside Dave Palm over the number 2 seed, Try and Trevor. Just 2 points. You can see the set scores there. 24-22 in set number 1, 22-20 in set number 2. 3rd set will go to 15. Well, at that rate, we'll probably go who knows how long. Look at those set scores. Of course, their first event together for Palm and Cory.
Every set has gone into extra volleyball, and I don't expect anything less here in the 3rd set. The big question mark is, can Cory and Palm keep up this intensity and this level, because they're playing really awesome right now.
Speaking of awesome, that dig. Oh, and he just missed hits.
Huge opportunity right there, and if he could have that one back, he would. Just take a little more off of that. It didn't have to be hit hard. The whole right side of the court was open for him.
Cory, 5 kills through this match. 5 errors, excuse me, 18 kills. Make it 19 kills.
That's the impact zone right there where Trevor Crabb was. You better protect yourself.
Danger, danger.
That ball's coming quick.
Trevor. And again, the simplicity of how he goes after a ball is just so fun to watch. So clean, so quick with those feet. You can see their numbers, 18-9 in AVP, 3 set matches in their time together. Trevor letting him hear it. 3-1 now.
We saw that ball hit long by Cory, and now finesse shot by Palm hit just long. You have to make Trevor and Try earn their points. You can't give them any.
So far, we've had 2 hitting errors on the side of Cory and Palm. Make it 3. Big block.
Cuts it down. His second block. We switch sides at 4-1.
4-1. What do you do here? Down by 3. We're going to 15.
You keep coming aggressive. That is how Cory and Palm have gotten to this point. If you have the opportunity and you can rip the ball, go for it. Don't get cute at all with shots unless you need them.
Another good toss on the serve from Bourne.
Come on, Try.
That is just silky.
Yeah, that was nice right there. He sold it with an aggressive approach, a big two-arm lift, and got up. Looked like he was going to bang that ball and shot it a few feet from the net.
Trevor passing that ball, not even moving his feet in terms of adjusting to maybe where the pass was or anything. He just took a straight up approach the entire length of the court.
Yeah, and what Palm and Cory aren't doing, Palm especially up at the net, if he's taking an angle, he's got to take the whole thing.
Yeah.
Because there's just a sliver open. It seems like that's how they're getting the ball by him.
High line, and, well, so was the block.
And the defense. I mean, they had this play covered right here. Trevor's running it down, waiting for the high line, and Try's blocking it.
Well, if you remember, that's one of, well, that's maybe not one of his favorite swings. One of his favorite swings, like we talked about, is his ability to pull that ball back towards the line because he's got such good hang time. He had been kind of going high off the hands, ripping that ball back into the block. Now they've got that covered. He's got to find that angle. Great touch. Another good out-of-system set. Open net. Trevor asking the fans to give him a little extra love. That was very well played.
It really was. And you know, Dave Palm had an opportunity there. He rolled the ball right in kind of midway, not deep, not short. You always want to kind of go for those 4 corners and keep the ball out of the middle of the court. He put it in the middle of the court. But on top of that, he didn't get to the net to block. And you have to be a threat as a blocker, especially with Try and Trevor, who like to go on the second contact.
We saw the efficiency now at 0 in set number 3 for Cory and Palm. Bourne is locked in from the service line. So often you see jump servers toss the ball and kind of land off balance or maybe miss because the toss isn't exactly where you want it. I've been really impressed with the way Bourne has stayed consistent from that service line.
And that's enough. Looks like a timeout by Cory and Palm before this thing completely gets away from them. It's hard to play and sustain the level right there. You're going up against arguably the best team on tour right now, coming off of that Manhattan win, and they're pushing them completely to their limit. And what you're seeing, and hopefully Cory and Palm are realizing how hard the consistency is at this level. Of course, when you're playing a team like this, they're not going to give away many points. They're going to kind of keep the pressure on you, wait till you give up a few, and that's what's happened here in the third.
Well, not just the consistency in terms of execution, but also in terms of sustained physicality, right? Like, you've got to be able to sustain that amount of play and that amount of power into and out of plays that you did in sets 1 and 2.
Yeah, and a few times that I've pointed out, I'd like to see Palm
up at the net.
I mean, immediately that ball goes over the net, you got to recover like a rubber band right into that. You're at the net as a blocker, your partner's in the backcourt as a defender, and a few times they've just been caught kind of both looking in kind of no man's land.
Yeah, with an open net in front of them. 13 kills for Palm, 3 blocks, 1 control block.
And we go, try back to the line out of timeout, E3.
So far, the only person hitting positive numbers in set number 3 is Trevor Crabb. That's only because Bourne hasn't had a shot yet. 0 attempts, 0 kills, 0 errors. Crabb is 3 of 6. Is it in? Quick set. And another good step defensively. The net is your friend for Bourne and Crabb. Who's gonna block? Speaking of getting reset, Try and Trevor got a little mixed up there.
Now that's a broken play. A lot going on right there. Tough to get back into position, but I think a huge point for Cory and Palm to cut this thing to 3. They could make some noise here on these next few plays and get right back in it.
Wind has died down at this point. They're gonna give Try a shot, and there's his favorite swing. Crossbody down the line.
I think maybe they should seal that line up, make him go high on the line, or make him hit cross court, because that's a very short distance, that hit to where it hits the sand from where he contacted.
Take the side switch.
Another quiet contact off the hand of Dave Palm. You know, it's interesting too, because a lot of times Try will hit from maybe, say, 4 to 5 feet inside that left sideline and create a better angle for him to bring that ball back towards the line, kind of opening it up. So even if you feel like you have the line covered, you got to take even more of that away. Here he's out of the middle. Oh, Trevor Crabb! Are you kidding me? What a play!
Objectively cool.
That's a play you have to score on if you're Cory and Palm. The opportunities are everywhere. You dig this ball, it's over. That's got to stay on your side. But then Palm gets an opportunity for another overset, and he can't put it away. Trevor and Try were in no position to make a play on that ball. The whole deep court was wide open. Those are the plays you have to capitalize on.
Not giving up are Try and Trevor. (10-6) now with a 4-point advantage.
Solid cross-court hit. Still getting a little audible after that hit from Cory.
I mean, besides the angle swing we have seen in this set, have we seen that many hard angle swings from Evan Cory? Nice block from Palm. There it is, but from the left.
Cory blasting away on the high set, 8-10.
Showing no fear. The lefty on the left side sends it.
Evan Cory bringing it right there. Just a 2-point ball game. Remember what I said about defending against the on-2. I could see an on-2 coming in the next few plays.
Not off that pass. Great set, open net. And everybody is in pain. Open net for Evan Cory. He wanted to hit that.
He got a little too cute. He tried to hit it with an extreme angle, which I don't know if even was necessary. If he just blasts it with the velocity that he has, he gets the win. I mean, he went for a sharp angle.
He's hearing about it from all the fans right now, too.
Nobody up.
People are chirping at him. 25 kills for Trevor Crabb, hitting 500. 10 digs, 2 blocks. He's played outstanding. And there it is again, him pulling that ball back towards the line. That's a nice recovery. Just a 2-point game.
Yeah, on that hit, it would have been a 1-point game. Would have been 10-9.
We don't know what the next point would have been. Nostradamus.
No, on the side out, you know.
I gotcha.
Now they're within 2, playing so well.
It's a 3-point lead with 3 to go here in set number 3.
Another steady side out from Mr. Steady himself, Trevor Crabb. Bourne has done some damage from the service line. And he does it again!
Using the equipment for the ace. 13-9.
Wow, that has got to be frustrating for Cory and Palm. We haven't seen a trickler serve like that all match long. And then for it to happen right now, you got to keep your focus.
Good cushion from Cory. And again, pulling it back down towards the line.
Evan Cory really showing his stuff here on this stadium court match right now. So offensively strong.
10-13, they're gonna have to come up with a few good defensive plays. Or aces! I was wondering when that swing was gonna come back out. That wrist away towards that right sideline. He had an ace early doing that exact same thing.
More of that, huh? More of that. That was beautiful, catching the outside of the line.
Some deep passing posture from those two. And that ball's long.
Match point 14-11.
I like how he went for that right there. That's what you got to do. You got to roll the dice.
I also like that he went for the casual high five with Trevor Crabb on the side switch, and Trevor was like, meh.
Brushed him off, huh?
Just a little bit. I mean, their hands touched, but I wouldn't call it a high five. And mark it up yet again. And it's hard to stop, right? He's so high above the net right there in order to try and stop that high swing. 12-14, another match ball, Bourne and Crabb. Try will get the look. And there it is. A phenomenal, very gritty match played by both of these teams. Both Bourne and Trevor Crabb fending off a very skilled team in Dave Palm and Evan Cory. A team that was relatively unknown in terms of the scouting report.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. You got to give all sorts of credit to Cory and Palm, who put up a huge fight. Just a few swings away, I think, from changing the way this went. And there's the no-look by Bourne to end this thing right here. But that was the best and most competitive match that we've had here. Some of the early rounds can be tough, right? When you have 1 versus 16, 2 versus 15, they can be lopsided. But it was this match right here that went the distance. Really impressed with Cory and Palm.
Yeah, very well played. And Bourne and Crabb, the #2 seed, moving on into the quarterfinals. You saw who they may face, whether that's Pretty and Lee or Partain and Lotman, as those two teams will face off. We will yet to find out who will be in that quarterfinal. Here's a look at the brackets to this point. Bourne and Crabb, you see moving on. As well as Brunner and Schock facing off against Brewster and Friend. Dahlhauser Patterson versus Crabb and Sander. And there's that other matchup, 3 versus 11, Partain Lotman versus Pretty and Lee. And here's your match stats for this 3-set battle on Stadium Court.
Love the hitting percentage. Both teams. I like that match so much because it was clean volleyball. It was high level. It wasn't a lot of errors, and all 4 athletes came to play.
Yeah, without a doubt. 10 versus 2. It was Bourne and Crabb who finished it off. Moving on to the quarterfinals. We've got one more here on Stadium.